Morning, everyone. So I'm going to tell you something about myself that you may already know. I am a deacon. Right? Now, did you know that already? You knew that, right? And so as a deacon, I get to help out Father Enzi and Father Eric here at St. Leo the Great. I help them at Mass, but I also help in other ways. I go visit and bring Holy Communion to people who are sick or homebound in the parish, right? Who aren't able to come to Mass. I help by visiting and bringing Holy Communion to men who are in jail. They're not able to come to Mass either. I help by training lectors and communion ministers and altar servers. So these are all things that I do as a deacon, but that's not my job. Right? I have a regular job that I go to 5 days a week, just like your moms and dads do. So if I told you that in addition to being a deacon, I am also an astronaut, would you believe that? No? Well, like most astronauts, I know a lot of things about being an astronaut. For example, those spacesuits are really pretty comfortable. Right? But they're hard. They make it hard to move around on Earth, though. But when you're up in the space, it's a lot easier to move in a spacesuit. And when you're in the capsule and the rocket ship is lifting off, the G-forces are really strong. It's like an elephant sitting on your chest. But once you get up into the space, the elephant is gone, and you're like floating. You're weightless. And the view is spectacular. You look out the window and you can see the whole Earth. It's amazing. Okay, so now I've told you a few things about being a deacon and a few things about being an astronaut. So now by a show of hands, how many of you believe that I am a deacon? Most of you. Okay. How many of you believe that I am an astronaut? Well, a couple. Okay, you're very gullible. So why do you believe I'm a deacon, but you don't believe I'm an astronaut? Because I do things that deacons do, but I don't do things that astronauts do. I've never been in space. I've never been on a spaceship. Right? Never been in one of those cool space suits. Right? But that's kind of how things work. Because people can tell who you are by what you do. People, those of you who were students in St. Leo the Great, people can tell you're students because you do things that students do. Right? You go to school. You study. You learn. You do homework. These are all things that students do. And in the first reading that we heard for Mass today, St. James reminds us that people can tell that we are Christians by what we do. James says, be doers of the word. And what he means by that is, well, just like knowing things about being an astronaut doesn't make me an astronaut. Knowing things about being Christian doesn't make me Christian. To be Christian, I have to do things that Christians do. Christians treat other people with kindness. Christians help other people. Christians have a genuine care and concern for the well-being of others. And so when St. James says, be doers of the word, that's what he's talking about. He's saying, don't just say you're Christian. Act like you're Christian. So this morning, as we gather together as a community of faith to listen to God's holy word, to be nourished by the precious body and blood of our Lord Jesus, my prayer for all of us, for you and for me, is that we truly hear those words of St. James and be doers of the word and treat all people with kindness. Help other people whenever we can, and have genuine care and concern for all those whom we encounter today and every day.